Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to talk about Special Delivery Charizard. And to put it simply, I also need to tell you guys, and this is pretty gosh darned important, unless you have a really good reason, do not go and buy Special Delivery Charizard right now. Right now is about the worst possible time to go and buy Special Delivery Charizard. We good? Good. So, what's going on with Special Delivery Charizard? Now, I did show you this here last week, which is to say that we are finally getting Special Delivery Charizard. The theory which I have put forward, I know a bunch of other people have as well, is that essentially this was supposed to be a promo to celebrate the opening of the Pokémon Center online, delivering to the UK, but unfortunately, well, it went wrong. And COVID happened and it all got delayed. So it's there now. And there was a period of time whereby you could go and enter your details online. And then at some point you would get yourself a code, hopefully, which you could then use to get a free Special Delivery Charizard when spending £20, $20 or more, depending on where you are, 20 quid in the UK, $20 in the US or Canada, of their local currency. And then you would get your Special Delivery Charizard and life would be good. As a side note, I did tell you the other day, Special Delivery Charizard is now over. The promotion has ended. Now, first things first, because this is incredibly important. Codes have started going out. If you haven't got a code, do not panic. I haven't got a code. I want a code. I want a code very badly. I do not have a code. I have some friends that have had their codes. I have a bunch of friends that haven't had their codes. What I'm telling you is, and we saw this in the FAQ, codes may be going out weeks apart. So yes, some people have already had their codes. Do make sure you're checking your junk folder as well. But it could be weeks. Well, it will be weeks until some people get their codes. Do not panic if you don't have a code. I don't have a code. I'm not panicking. You shouldn't either. They are deliberately sending them out in waves. And the reason they're sending them out in waves is because if they send them all out at the same time, everybody is going to run onto the Pokémon Center at the same time trying to make orders. The website will crash and everything will run out of stock super quickly. That's not a good thing. Pokémon don't want that. They are sending them out in waves. That is very important. On the FAQ it said, the promo codes for the Special Delivery Charizard card will be sent out by email in waves to allow our supply chain partners adequate time to ship out packages. We appreciate your patience as you may receive a code weeks before or after somebody else. Rest assured a card has been reserved for each code distributed. Worth pointing out, it does mention a couple of times that there is a card reserved for every code. There's nowhere in the FAQ where it says if you signed up, you will get a code. But do remember they ended the promotion when enough people had signed up. So I'm not saying everyone that has signed up will get a code. But I am saying they ended it within a couple of days and there are a lot more codes to be sent out. If you've not got a code yet, don't worry. But why am I saying don't buy it now? What's happening to the price? Well, I need to give a shout out to my good friend, the lovely Stephen Kent here, because he managed to grab a screenshot right after they started being sent out, where a bunch of idiots were trying to sell these on eBay in the UK for £1,200. That is a ridiculous price. That was never going to last. That was absolutely preposterous. Within a couple of hours, Stephen had shown me another picture where they were being sold for £400, £500 and £700. These pictures were like an hour or two apart. Stephen described it as the biggest drop they'd ever seen. Yes, the £1,200 was absolutely ridiculous, trying it on, basically trying to get people to pay a ridiculous amount. And again, nobody actually has their card yet. The cards, maybe a couple of people are starting to receive them now, but the card codes were sent out then you got to put the order in, then you got to wait for it to be delivered. I don't think anyone's actually received their card yet, and if they have, it's very few. That's ridiculous. Don't worry. As I sit here this morning recording this video, what's the price? About 300 quid. 250, 300 quid. That's roughly. They're the two I've got on screen, but the other buy it nows are all around 250 to 300 quid, except for like a few people that are clearly taking the mick and aren't going to sell. It's not a £1,200 card. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of a secret now. It's not a £300 card. I know right now people are selling it for 250, 300 quid over on eBay. Fine. It's not a £1,200 card. It's not a £300 card. This is a ridiculous amount of money. How much is it being sold for over on the US? Well, ridiculous money, quite frankly. There aren't any real listings on the US eBay. There are a couple shipping from the UK. They're the ones I've just shown you. And then there's a couple for several grand, which I'm not going to show you because it's ridiculous. So, yeah, there aren't any... I can't see any real listings on the US because they're all absolutely ridiculous, over the top, and I'm not even going to, the cheapest listings are the one from the UK, which is just a little bit silly. But then that begs the question, well, is anybody actually paying this? What are people actually paying? Some people are paying, but nothing like this. Like right now, the sales that are happening are, about 250 to 300 quid. There's a 250, a 330, and a 300 best offer accepted. Those are some of the recent ones. And that is about the going rate. About 300 quid is the going rate right now. But I cannot stress this enough. Do not spend that much money on Special Delivery Charizard. Every time there's a new set, there's a little series of videos I like to do. And basically, between the pre-release of a set and the actual release of a set, I bring you a video showing you why it's a ridiculous idea buying singles between the pre-release and the actual release of a set. Although, as a side note, if you've got a reason for buying these, go ahead. If you really want to get them graded, if you've got some time-sensitive reason to get the card, remember it will not be legal at Worlds. If there's some reason why you really want the card now, and you've got the money and you can afford it and you don't mind paying 300 quid, then go for it. I'm not judging anyone here. I'm just telling you that right now is the worst time to buy it. And that if you hold on, you will be able to spend a whole bunch less and save a whole bunch of money. But it's up to you. Obviously, if you're happy spending the money early and you've got a reason to spend the money early, you go for it. All I'm doing is coming here and giving you my opinion. I'm giving you my analysis. But as I've said many times, if you've got a reason to buy it early and you specifically want to buy it early for a particular reason, go ahead and buy it early. There will be no judgment here. Just please know you are spending way more than you need to at this stage. Because the thing is, we've seen this before. Like, we've literally had this happening before with Special Delivery Pikachu. We have had this exact scenario with Special Delivery Pikachu. Now, that one was weird because that one wasn't codes, it was just orders. So that one you did get a few people who were actually able to load up on them, and that got a little bit annoying, and that does make me a little bit sad. But in terms of Special Delivery Pikachu, bearing in mind that is a card that came out a long time ago, was never actually released in the UK. We never had Special Delivery Pikachu in the UK. That card was not released here. It was only released in, I believe, the US and Canada. Okay, so it never, ever, ever got released here. There are a whole bunch of sold listings for like 100 quid. This is an equivalent card which wasn't sold here and has long since run out. That card is not being sold anymore and was never sold in the UK. And yet the most recent listing we've got about 100 quid, 105 quid when you build in postage. And that's for Special Delivery Pikachu, which, I'm going to say it again, never actually got a UK release. And that one sub £100. We could play this exact same game with Special Delivery Bidoof, another card which hasn't been given out for a very long time and was never given out in the UK, and that is being sold for somewhere around 200 quid. 150, 220, here are some recent solds. So okay, fine. That's still half. 150 quid is half of what people are paying for Special Delivery Charizard. And again, this card wasn't released in the UK, and I'm showing you UK listings. And that's kind of my point here. These cards are not holding the value that people want them to be, these super crazy expensive cards, and they are not holding the value that people want them to hold. Because they're not as rare as people are thinking. Lots of these were given out. And that's kind of the point here. No, this is not going to be a $10 card, a £10 card, Special Delivery Charizard. It's just not. But it's going to fall to about 100 quid. Because you know a lot of these are given out. If I had to bet, and I don't have any proof of this, let's be clear, but because it got delayed so long, because Pokemon saw what happened with the other special delivery cards, you can imagine this is being printed in bigger numbers. And Special Delivery Charizard's a sub £100 card. Special Delivery Bidoof's like a 150 quid card. You had better believe this is going to be about a 100 quid card when these actually start being sent out, because remember, most of the codes haven't been sent out. Like a few early codes have been sent out. Most of the cards have yet to actually be sent out. The cards aren't in hand. These are the super early listings. I'm not guaranteeing a price of this. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to be a £100 card. I can't do that. That's ridiculous. That would involve seeing into the future, which obviously I can't. However, I can tell you with a high degree of certainty that this card is going to absolutely plummet, and when it does, it's going to be fantastic. And once again, if you applied for a code and haven't had one yet, it's super early. Don't worry, they are probably coming. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's over to you guys. I want to know what you think about this. I want to know if you've applied for a code. I want to know if you've got a code. I want to know how much you think this card's going to settle at. So go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can join the Discord, chat some Pokemon, share deck lists, get pretty much weekly bonus pods where I answer all of your questions and talk about anything Pokemon you want me to. And I give shout outs to lovely people like the lovely Uber MX. Uber MX is one of our supporters over on Patreon. Uber MX is a very lovely person, and I very much appreciate the support. Thank you very much indeed. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.